So picture this. You're a black woman in America, post-slavery era. You've escaped from the plantation they call Sweet Home, which, spoiler alert, is not sweet. You're finally free. You've got your baby. You're making it. Then you hear he's coming. The school teacher. The very man who turned slavery into a science experiment. And he's coming to drag you and your kids right back. What do? Sethe, our protagonist, grabs a handsaw and does the unthinkable. She kills her own daughter. And that, my friends, is how this story begins. Beloved isn't just a story. It's a deep, swirling ocean of trauma, love, ghosts, milk, memory, and a whole lot of questions about what freedom really means. So Sethe kills her daughter. Not out of hate, but out of love. Tough love. The kind of love that says, you're better off dead than back in chains. She gets arrested, but not for long. Some white folks, the Bodwins, help her out of jail. Sethe's left with her living daughter Denver and the ghost of the one she lost. Literal ghost. Haunting the house at 124 Bluestone Road. Even the boys, Howard and Bugler, peace out. They run from the house like it's haunted. Because it is. Sethe becomes a ghost herself, kinda. Not dead, but dead to society. The community thinks she's weird. She's withdrawn. And let's be honest, they're also judging her for what she did. Then one day, bam, in walks Paul D. A familiar face from Sweet Home. A man who might have been a friend, a maybe lover, a maybe healing force. He walks in, kicks that ghost out, and life seems like it's about to stabilize. But nope. Enter Beloved. Yes, that's her name, just Beloved. The same name Sethe had etched on her daughter's tombstone. Not because that was her name, but because she didn't have money to pay for more letters. She could only afford one word from the church phrase, Dearly Beloved. And the girl didn't have a name. Beloved shows up in the flesh, a mystery wrapped in skin. Maybe she's a stranger. Maybe she's a ghost reincarnated. Maybe she's a reckoning. Whatever she is, she brings everything Sethe has buried, pain, guilt, grief, back to the surface. And Denver, the quiet daughter, she starts to bond with Beloved in one of the most surreal, haunting conversations in the whole novel.
Why do you call yourself Beloved? In the dark, my name is Beloved. What's it like over there where you were before? Can you tell me? Dark. I'm small in that place. Hot. Nothing to breathe down there and no room to move in. You see anybody? Heaps. A lot of people is down there. Some is dead.
Look, when someone tells you there are heaps of dead people where they just came from, you don't ask follow-up questions. You move. But Sethe doesn't move. She clings tighter to Beloved, to her past, to her pain. Even when Paul D. finds out what she did, thanks to stamp paid and a newspaper clipping, he bounces. Again, understandably. And Beloved grows stronger, hungrier, more demanding, like a metaphor. Or like she's feeding off Sethe's guilt. The novel builds toward this epic, ambiguous confrontation. The women of the community gather to exorcise whatever spell Sethe is under. Beloved may have flown off, or maybe not. That's the thing about this novel. You don't always know what's real. And that's the point. The book, Beloved by Toni Morrison, the Queen, the only black woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. So what is Beloved really about? It's about what happens after slavery, when the chains are gone but the wounds are fresh, when freedom feels like a curse because the pain you carry is heavier than the yoke. Sethe loves her children so much she'd rather kill them than see them enslaved. That love, it's twisted, but it's also real. The community judges her, but they also left her alone when she needed them. That tension between individual pain and collective responsibility runs deep. Morrison doesn't ask you to pity Sethe. She doesn't even let Sethe pity herself. She just lays it all bare and says, look, this happened. This is how deep it cuts. And her writing, ooh, sometimes it's a whisper, sometimes it's a scream. She'll describe rape as the taking of her milk. She'll call whip scars chokecherry tree blossoms. You have to read between the lines. You have to work. Morrison doesn't hand anything to you, but when it hits, it hits.
Beloved, she my daughter, she mine. See, she come back to me of her own free will. My love was tough and she back now. I knew she would be.
Toni Morrison isn't just a writer, she's a universe. From The Bluest Eye to Sula to Song of Solomon and Beloved, she redefined what Black literature could be. She blends realism and surrealism so seamlessly, sometimes you don't know where one ends and the other begins. And that's the magic. She makes trauma lyrical. She makes ghosts human. She makes the unspeakable unforgettable. Beloved isn't an easy read. It's not meant to be. But it's one of those books you carry with you, long after the last page. If you've read it, let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't, go get it. Then come back. We'll talk. And hey, if you enjoyed this review, hit like, subscribe, and tell your favorite ghost not to haunt you until you finish the book. See you next time. Interested in diving deeper into this book? I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.